attitudes that reveal low intelligence, and almost no one notices. A lack of intelligence doesn't always show up in bad grades or the absence of a diploma. It often appears in small everyday actions, simple habits that, when repeated, say a lot about how a person thinks. If this kind of content interests you, subscribe to the channel and leave your like as support. It really helps and encourages me to keep creating reflections that make you think. Number 1. They reject different opinions. Wise people understand that not everyone thinks the same way, and that's perfectly fine. Closed-minded people, however, feel threatened by opposing ideas. Instead of listening, they try to impose their own views. This attitude blocks growth and prevents any real learning. Number 2, they believe they already know enough. People who know little often think they know everything. It's the classic case of overconfidence. Truly intelligent individuals remain humble and open to learning more. They understand that knowledge is infinite and that curiosity is the foundation of true wisdom. Number 3, they struggle to listen. Listening is an art that requires patience and respect. Impatient people talk a lot but listen very little, missing the chance to understand others. Emotionally mature people know that listening is an act of empathy, and that real learning begins when you stay silent to understand. Number 4, they make decisions without thinking. Acting on impulse is a clear sign of mental immaturity. Making decisions in the heat of the moment often leads to mistakes and regrets. Wise people know that thinking before acting prevents confusion and brings clarity. Balance means acting calmly and consciously. Number 5, they don't handle criticism well. For some, any criticism feels like a personal attack. They react with anger, excuses, or avoidance. Those with emotional intelligence, however, listen calmly, take what makes sense, and use it to grow. Accepting criticism is one of the most mature ways to evolve. Number 6, they run away from challenges. When things go wrong, they'd rather complain or blame others. A weak mind runs from discomfort. A strong one faces it, even with fear. Facing challenges builds strength and teaches lessons that comfort never will. Fear is just the first step toward courage. Want to elevate your wisdom and make more conscious decisions? Discover the Power of Silence according to Solomon, a book that will help you protect yourself from negative energies, strengthen your mind, and begin a journey of self-discovery. The link is in the description. Number 7, they resist change. Many people mistake change for weakness. They cling to the same habits even when they no longer work. Changing requires courage and wisdom to recognize when it's time to move on. Growth happens when you let go of what no longer serves you. Number 8, they can't control their emotions. Exploding over anything shows a lack of balance. Speaking without thinking and regretting later is a sign of emotional instability. Wisdom means taking a breath before reacting. Mastering your emotions is learning to have control over yourself and your own peace. Number 9, they repeat the same mistakes. To err is human, but repeating the same mistakes shows a lack of learning. The wise observe, understand, and change their behavior. Repeating mistakes is like trying to open a locked door with the wrong key. Growth begins when you choose to act differently. Number 10, they mock those who try to grow. Small-minded people laugh at those who try to improve. They criticize those who read, study, or go to therapy. This behavior hides insecurity and fear of change. It's easier to mock someone else's effort than to face your own limitations and grow too. Number 11, they constantly seek approval. Insecure people shape their actions to please others. They depend on praise to feel good and fear rejection. Mature minds understand that true worth comes from within. Freedom begins the moment you stop living for other people's opinions. Number 12, they constantly compete with others. Some people believe they must always be better than everyone else to feel valuable. They turn everything into a competition and can't celebrate other people's success. True intelligence lies in understanding that everyone has their own pace, and that growing together is far more powerful than competing. These attitudes don't define who you are. but they show how much room there is to grow. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step toward change and developing a wiser, more balanced mind. If any of these points made you reflect, take this moment to begin your transformation. And remember, knowledge only has value when it's put into practice, and every change starts within you.